Good morning, students. In the last class, we are on age-sex pyramid. We seen all the features of these age-sex pyramid. We already seen that there is three type of age-sex pyramid. First is expanding population, second is constant population, and then comes the declining population. We have seen the last class about the what is age-sex pyramid. So age-sex pyramid is a structure of population refers to the number of females and males in a different age group. That pyramid is shown with ages over the y-axis, and over the x-axis it is shown by representing percentage of males and females lying in different economic group, different type of economic group having a different type of age-sex pyramid structure. We already discussed about expanding population age-sex pyramid. We had seen that the base is always expanding with time. So whatever is the growth rate or the growth of population right now in the age group of 5 to 9 years, that was under the age of 0 to 4 year 5 years back, and same way whatever there is the figure about the population in an age group of 10 to 14 years right now, that was in the age group of 0 to 4 year 10 years back, and so on. And this way we had seen that we can predict the future and we can look back into the past of population of these kind of country or economy based on study of their age-sex pyramid. Here we had seen that you will easily find out there is a difference in the growth rate of male and female population. So number of population of male are increasing at a higher rate. Same way here too, the rate of male population increase is higher as comparison to the rate of female population increase. And here too, if you look into the minute details, you will find that by a small margin there is more number of or more percentage of male population as compared to their respective female age group. We can also look here that this is the pyramid for expanding population. This kind of pyramid is especially for developing country or the underdeveloped country. Here we already discussed that towards the higher age group, what we are seeing, there is a higher mortality rate due to different issues like medical and sanitation facilities. This is the age-sex pyramid. This expanding population age-sex pyramid is for developing country. So especially in case of developing country, they are lagging in medical and civic sense, sanitation and medicines related biotechnological advancement. So they were comparatively backward. That's why they are having a high mortality rate over the higher age group. That's why it is tapering with a very high rate of mortality towards the higher age group. So just we move ahead of 25 to 30 year age group bracket, then we will finding that it tapers very rapidly, and population decline was also rapid because of high mortality and death rate in higher age group. Here you can also watch that if we compare the tapering rate or the mortality rate of the male with respect to female, you will find here that especially in this developed country age-sex pyramid, that females mortality is comparatively constant between the age group of 15 to 30 years, 15 to 25 or 30 years. So there is very less mortality rate between these age group as comparison to their male counterpart. Even in that age group, that is between the age group of 10 to 30 year, male mortality is increasing with a steady mortality rate, whereas females by far are constant between that age group. And after the age group of 30 to 34 years, both are started declining rapidly, and they tapered very fastly on and over to higher age group. So as we already know that there is fixed life expectancy in any civic society. That's why over the higher age group you will find that there is very less population growth is there, very less people lives on a age group more than 60 years. So this is all about this, and this is special case of expanding population pyramid, especially for developed and underdeveloped country. Then we looked into the constant population age sex pyramid. This is all about more developed countries, and same way declining population pyramid is also for developed country. So what is the basic difference between this declining population age sex pyramid and this kind of country which exhibits a constant population age sex pyramid? The basic difference is that if you look these two, especially this one and this one, especially these two, okay. So what is basic difference? Basic difference is that here, especially in case of population who is showing constant population age sex pyramid, you will find that the extent of growth rate for male and female is maximum up to 5 or 5.5 percentage point. What is it? Means throughout, if we look the throughout journey of last 80 year of this kind of country, you will find that at max the rate of growth of male and female population is up to the mark of 5 percentage only. And recently, if you look into the recent trend last 15 or last 10 years, you will find it is near to just 3 percentage point. Means growth rate of male and female population is just around 3 percentage point. Whereas in case of declining population, especially for a country like Japan, what you will find it, they are having a comparatively more population growth rate. They are having a comparatively more percentage growth rate of male and female as comparison to constant population age sex pyramid country, or age sex pyramid, constant age sex pyramid showing country. There the maximum growth rate of male and female population in case of constant population age sex pyramid is up to 5 percentage point, whereas in case of declining population pyramid, you will just look it, that extent is may increase up to 9 percentage point. So the basic difference is that here, if we go back beyond the last 10-year mark, you will find the rate of population increase, or the rate of increase in growth rate of population of male and females are on a higher side. Whereas in case of constant population age sex pyramid showing country like Australia, here you will find there is no such explicit or such exploding population growth rate. Even if you look, or if you will study the last 100 years mark, even throughout last 100-year mark, you will find that the overall growth rate of male and female population percentage is near about at max 5 percentage point. Means male and female both does not exhibits a growth rate of more than 5% throughout their entire last 100-year journey. Means overall the growth of population is steady. That was not been so rapid even in last 100 year. So this was the trend for last 100 year, and recent trend here is showing that the recent 100-year mark or recent 100-year average of 4 percentage point growth rate is even showing a trend of slight decline. Recently the growth rate depicts a 3 percentage point for male and female population. So what is showing, there was not been a huge expanding population even in last 100 year, and recent trend is showing even a constant balanced population growth rate, and that's why such a kind of population sex pyramid is called constant population sex pyramid. Whereas case is not the same here. Here you will looking that if you go back beyond 10 years, last 10 years, then you will find that there was a very rapid expansion of population growth was there, and that's why country depicting such kind of declining population, a sex pyramid was on a very high growth rate mark beyond last 10 year, and they definitely has exhibit or they definitely have followed family planning, uses of contraceptives and other things to check their population growth. And that's why even being a high population growth country, they recently able to check their population growth, and the reduction is so huge that in such a kind of country like in Japan, which is showing the declining population sex pyramid, there was a problem of youth population. So youth population reduces many times in last 10 years because of family planning and other population reduction measures, and because of this youth population reduces in last 10 years, last 10 or 15 years, whereas the number of older population is increasing day by day. So in such a kind of population, what is happening, that the proportion of, as I already told you under the S-sex pyramid, that older population is a kind of burden for any economy. In same way, in such a kind of economy, future, that is youthful population, is reducing, and that's why future is not secured. This trend or this type of population trend, population growth trend, is showing that in future what is there is going to happen a problem of less number of working population, whereas number of older population is going to increase in next 20, 30 or 50 years. So what is happening? What is the trend here? Here trend is that the population of older population of the citizen will going to increase in near future, and they already checked the newborn population. That's why the population of youth population is reducing day by day, and that's why they definitely is going to face a less number of working population in next 20, 30 years. So population burden is going to shift. Here the number of working population is going to reduce, and number of dependent elderly population is going to increase. So in such an economy, a burden of population is going to definitely happen. So here they abruptly reduces their newborn, they abruptly reduces their fertility rates. That's why newborn number is also decreasing at a faster rate, and that's why a kind of demographic dividend problem is going to arise in near future in such kind of declining population exhibiting pyramid in a country like Japan, China, etc. Whereas in this case, the countries again is reducing their population, but their planning is foolproof. They does not went for abrupt decline of or abrupt reduction of fertility rate. They are maintaining the population with a constant pace, constant rate. So that's why they have a constant or a balanced kind of demographic dividend supporting figure, and that's why such kind of population, such kind of pyramid showing country is called constant population pyramid countries. In such case, most of the developed country who went for reduction in population will well planned process, well proved process, like the country like Australia, Canada came under such a kind of constant population pyramid countries. So I think all the things are already cleared here. In this case, due to better medical and sanitation facility, life expectancy also increases. People living a very good quality of life. Definitely after the age of 60 or 65 years, there is going to increase in number of death or mortality rate of older population, but that too with steady way, not abruptly, not at random. So reduction is there definitely after over the age of 60 or 65 years, but that reduction, that mortality is also with steady pace. And there was slight fluctuation, maybe some age at some age bracket time there was a increment in newborn, and sometimes there is decrement in newborn, and that too signifies with a lump and down during the age group of 30 to 60 years. So here you will get two lumps and one downs. That is because of simple thing that sometimes fertility increases, sometimes fertility decreases. So they adopt a balanced way and they are moving in a great fashion. That's why such an economy is also called a balanced population, constant population following pyramid. So constant population showing pyramid is there. Now then comes the thing about the aging population. So as I already told, population aging is a process by which the share of older population become proportionally larger. So day by day number of or share of older population is going to increase, and with respect to the older population there is going to be a reduction of youthful population or the working population. So in such a kind of economy, the burden of older population is going to increase, whereas with time there is a reduction in the percentage of working population. Okay, this is a new phenomena of the 20th century, especially in a country like Japan, China, where they forcefully within a short interval of time with a government pressure try to reduce the fertility rate, and same time they were not looking or not monitoring the overall constant population growth, and that's why they are facing the burden of elderly population. In most of the developed country of the world, population is in higher age group has increased. So this is constant trend that in most of the developed country of the world, as they are developed countries, so they have better medical and animation facility, they have better sanitation facility, sanitary issue is not there, they have a balanced form of everything. That's why in each and every developed country who are having no basic problems, their citizens have a more life expectancy. And that's why if you look into, if you study in detail into the any of the developed country of the world, population in the higher, you will find that population in the higher age group has increased. And that is mainly basically goes to the fact that in such a country life expectancy is on a higher side because of better medical and sanitation facility. So what is there in any of the developed country of the world, you will find that the population in the higher age group is going to increase due to increased life expectancy. With a reduction in the birth rate, definitely they are also exhibiting the family planning, but that too with a constant approach, not abruptly, not at random. So over a long period of time, not within a short time. So they go for foolproof planning for reduction in birth rates. So with a reduction in birth rate, the proportion of children in the population has declined. So you will find such a issue in all the developed country of the world, definitely. Why? Because in the past they are having a higher birth rate as they are moving from stage 1 to stage 3 of the demographic transition theory. As I already told you that 200 years back from right now, all the country or economy of the world are lying in stage 1 of the demographic transition theory, where they are agrarian illiterate economy, and they from there they converted into the literate urbanized economy. So as the development progress, what happens? The mortality rate decreases, and with more development they adopted family planning, and this way, in a planned way, they reduces their birth rate. So as in the past they are having, they have a high birth rate, and right now they are maintaining a lower birth rate. So this will give you the difference between the birth rate and the death rate is going to increase even for a very good well planned developed country as well. So they are planning very greatly, but even then, because this is natural, that in the past they are exhibiting a higher birth rate, right now they are maintaining their birth rate, they are reducing their birth rate. So definitely there is going to be an increase in number of older population, but that is not in a same fashion or manner like in a country like Japan and China, where they reduces the birth rate within a very short interval time, randomly, very rapidly, within the last 5 to 10 years. So what happens? They are having a very bulk population in an age group of 30 and more year, whereas due to sudden reduce in birth rate, there arises an issue of very less number of youthful population, and that's why in such a country the burden of older population increases manifold. Whereas same burden is also there in every developed country, but the rate and the level of burden is comparatively lesser. So whatever country is showing the trend of Japan and China are lying in a declining population pyramid country, and whatever is exhibiting the constant approach with a well planned proved approach or well planned proved reduction in birth rate, they are exhibiting the constant population pyramid kind of structure, like in case of Australia and Canada. Okay, now the next topic which we need to look after here is about rural urban composition. We already studied these things or things related to this in our part B book, chapter 1. There also we had seen the rural urban composition of India with respect to different states of India, but that data is all about India only. Here we will look a theoretical part or full-proofed details of theories along with theories with respect to world over. Okay, rural urban composition. So here in rural urban composition, the division of population into rural and urban is based on the place of residence where the people live in. So people live in urban center or some kind of remote area or rural area. On the basis of that, the division of population will be considered into the rural or urban population. This kind of division is important as well, necessary as well, because rural and urban lifestyle is very different from each other. You will find a very different type of culture and lifestyle in the rural part of any country with respect to the urban part of same type of same country. Okay, so such a difference is in terms of their livelihood and social condition. In rural area, their social condition is comparatively lesser developed. Their livelihood will not been survived upon the most developed things and techniques of the world and society at that time, especially in case of rural area, whereas same thing will shows a reverse picture or will depict a completely reverse atmosphere and scenario in case of urban area of same country. The age, sex, occupational structure, density of population and the level of development vary between the rural and urban area. So the age, sex, occupational structure, what it means? It means that over the different age group, you will find a variety of different kind of occupational structure. Occupation of different age group will differ if we look into the people and citizen of urban area with respect to rural area. Okay, so their occupation may differ also. Mainly the rural people or the people belonging to rural area will busy in primary sector or primary kind of occupational activity like agriculture and allied services, agriculture and related activities. Besides that, quarrying is there, mining is there. Such kind of primary occupational activity they are engaged in mainly in a rural area, whereas picture is completely different. Mainly the people were engaged in manufacturing or service sector in case of urban culture or urban area of the same country. Same way, density of population may also differ, basically in search of employment and better civic life or the better city life. People used to move towards the urban center, and that's why density of the urban area or urban center of same country will be manifold as comparison to the same country as comparison to the rural area of the same country. So in the rural area you will find that density may be 1/10 as comparison to near about urban circle or urban area. So if you, for example, you will look into the density of Delhi. If you look into the density of Delhi is around 11,000 something, 11,900 something like that. So the density of Delhi is such a huge, whereas if you just go 100 km ahead or ahead in any direction of the Delhi, you will, if you go into the rural area around the Delhi, you will find the density of that particular rural area is just 1/10 or maybe even more than that, even lesser than that of Delhi. So density of, so this way you will find that density of the rural area is comparatively much lesser as comparison to the density of urban area of same kind of country or same kind of economy. Same way, level of development. So rural people were comparatively less developed. They uses less kind of modern techniques, instruments, infrastructure, whereas people of same country living in their urban area or urban center is much more developed. They uses modern techniques. They are on par with any industrial development of any part of the world. So such a huge variation is there. So in or over us over these parameter, you will find a very huge variation in the rural and urban area of any country of the world. Then comes same way the criteria for differentiating rural and urban population varies from country to countries as well. If we go into the developed country of the world, few of the European country, there you will find that even in the rural area of those European developed country, you will get all the type of modern facilities, amenities, medical services, instrument development, and all the kind of facilities which are available in any part of the urban center of the world. You will find all these things even in those rural area too. So what happens in some of the European country, you cannot differentiate between the rural region and the urban region. Same lifestyle will be exhibited or will be enjoyed by even the rural area of these country. They will have all the modern facilities available in any urban city or center of the world. So in such a European country, you will find a very less differentiation between the rural and urban population. Whereas at the same time, if you go into the less developed part of the world, especially in developing or underdeveloped countries, especially just take an example, especially the especially the African country, you will find a huge difference between the rural and urban center. But you too can find a same kind of issue in Asian countries as well, or developing country like India's too. If you go into the Faridabad, Gurgaon, Delhi, NCR region, you will find a comparatively different type of infrastructure, different type of amenities, different type of medical facilities, which is manifold as comparison to if you move into the rural area of nearing border of NCR region of the India. So if you move into the UP or some part of Haryana or some sort of part of MP, Rajasthan, you will find a completely a different picture as comparison to the NCR region of Delhi. Same way, if you move out of Mumbai or out of Pune, out of Hyderabad, out of Bangalore or different mega cities of India, you will find a completely change in lifestyle of rural and urban areas or urban cities or urban population, which varies very much, which varies on a very large scale, especially in country like India or any developed country or any developing country or underdeveloped country. But on the same way, this differentiation is very limited in case of developed country of the world. In general terms, rural area are those where people are engaged in primary activity, and urban area are those when majority of its working population is engaged in non-primary activity. So in general, this is definition of rural and urban area, but that definition will be set down, especially in case of developed country. There, even in rural area, we will find that people living in rural area of developed country or some of the European country, they are engaged in non-primary activity like manufacturing and service. Figure 3.4 shows rural urban sex composition on selected country. The rural and urban differences in sex ratio in Canada and West European country like Finland are just the opposite to those in Africa. So is telling about the figure 3.4. By seeing or watching this figure, this is figure 3.4. So this figure is all about rural urban sex composition selected country. So it's dealing with some of the countries of the world. There is, it is saying about the rural urban sex composition of few of the countries of the world. Over the y-axis you will find females per thousand males, and different countries of the world are there. There are two different shades. One is fall. These are the two different shades. The one is vertical lines showing shade. This is all about urban area of same country, of any country. This cross checked chest like shade is all about the rural area of few of the countries of the world. So these two shades is showing urban and rural area, and you will find different countries of the world are exhibited here or shown here, and over the x-axis you will find females per thousand males. So what is showing? It's saying that in some part of the world you will find that in an urban area males are more, whereas in other countries of the world you will find the reverse picture. In urban area males are lesser in number, whereas females are more in number. So such a comparison and such a examination of data will be see in the next class. As I am looking, time is already running out, so we will see such an examination of these bar graph, multiple bar graph, in the next class. Okay, there we will see. Just see it. Let's see just Finland or New Zealand and compare it with Nepal. Nepal is less developed. Finland, New Zealand is more developed. In Nepal you are finding that there is less number of, what is over the x-axis, females per thousand males. Means in case of Nepal there is 938 females per thousand males. In the urban area of Nepal you will find 938 females as comparison to 1000 males, whereas in rural area of Nepal there is more females comparison to males. There is 1008 females comparison to male, whereas the picture is just reverse in case of Finland and New Zealand. What is there? In the urban area there is more number of females as comparison to male. There is, in case of Finland there is 1062 females as comparison to males in urban area of Finland, whereas picture is just reverse or just negative in case of rural area of same developed country Finland. There you will find in rural area of the Finland there is less number of female as comparison to male. Same way in New Zealand too. In urban area of New Zealand you will finding 1051 females as comparison to males. So in the urban area of New Zealand you are finding that there is more females as comparison to male, whereas in the same New Zealand country you are finding that in rural area of same New Zealand there is less number of females as comparison to male. So why it is so, we will look in the next class. We will examine all these countries of the world. Few of them are developed, few of them are developing, and few of them are underdeveloped. So we will look into the detail, and we will finish this chapter in the next class, and we will look the question answer 2 of this chapter in the next class. That's it for the day. See you. Bye bye.